Hello and welcome to Flavours of New Farm with Jeff and Chris, the programme where our chefs show you how to cook their dish of the day. And what will that be today, Jeff?
We're going to be doing a luxury fish pie today, using beautiful, fresh, naturally smoked haddock, salmon fillet and king prawns. We're going to be making a sauce out of the cooking liquor from the fish, with the addition of a little bit of mustard, a little bit of Dijon mustard. We're going to be using fresh leeks, mange tout, cheese, strong cheddar cheese, some frozen peas, some breadcrumbs, and we're going to be topping that off with some nice creamy mashed potato. Brilliant. Okay.
So where do we start?
We start by putting our milk onto warm to heat up. What we're going to do with this fish, we're going to plonk it in the liquid, okay, in our milk, and that's just milk.
So that's no water for...
No water, just milk. Everything goes in, and we're going to lightly poach that. Fish takes very, very little cooking, yeah?
Yeah.
So all we want to do is bring that milk up to the boil.
Okay.
Right? By the time it's up to the boil, that fish will be cooked.
Wow. Can you actually undercook fish?
You can undercook fish, but as the fish ingredients are going to go back in the oven in a pie, we don't want to overcook it, because we'll be putting it back in the oven. Okay. But you can very easily overcook fish.
So you can overcook and undercook?
Undercook. It's just got to be just right. But as I say, by the time that liquid comes to the boil, that fish is going to be cooked.
So is that milk cold at the moment?
It was cold.
It's cold when you put it in?
Put it on with the fish, bring it gradually to the boil. By the time it comes to the boil, we're ready.
And that's cooked.
I'll then make a sauce out of that cooking liquor. Over here, we've got our potatoes. I've had to put the potatoes on to boil to give us enough time to do them during the programme. Those are almost ready now to come off, and Chris is going to drain those potatoes, and he's going to make a lovely, creamy, buttery mashed potato, which is going to be the topping for our pie. So, Chris, over to you. If you'd like to drain those, that'd be fantastic. Just explain what you're doing here, Chris.
Yeah, just draining this. Is really crumbly and well cooked now. So we're just going to let the...
What's the best sort of potato to use for a mash? Is it floury potato?
Floury potato you need. Yeah.
And can you use sweet potatoes, or does it have to be
you could use
white potato?
A sweet potato. Yeah. Substitute that. I'm just going to dry those gently over the heat, so it dries the moisture out of them.
Oh right, so you do.
So yeah, just want to drain all the liquid off them. So it's absolutely.
Oh right, because I do it straight away.
Yeah. Just let the steam come off. And
that shows that, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's just so that you haven't got excess water in the potatoes.
Yeah. Right. So even when you're doing it for your dinners or bangers and mash or whatever, you do let them dry out. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes a good mash.
A good tip.
Yeah, so
wow.
just continue drying those a little bit.
I didn't know that.
There's water content in there, and that's just...
Did you have any salt in your potatoes when you boiled them?
The water was salted, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, always a little bit of salt in the water, yeah.
So that's just on a...
Cool.
And I take, if you had them diced, I had those diced up to about kind of 1.5 inch cubes.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna cook all at the same time. If you put a big half a potato in, it's going to take longer for it to cook.
You see they're quite dry now, look.
Yeah, dried out.
Really nice and dry.
Laugh, yeah.
Now I'm just going to drop some butter into those.
So that's just normal butter?
Yeah.
Is that salted, Chris, or unsalted?
That's unsalted.
Unsalted. Excellent. And what if you wanted a low-fat version? Can you?
Yeah, you could
just use your normal.
Yeah, you don't have to add the butter. You can just use.
You could use creme fraiche.
I think you need a bit of butter though.
Yeah, butter.
Well, yeah, butter gives it a bit of richness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
25.
Nice creamy topping. And what else do you add to those potatoes now?
We're just going to add a little bit of milk, and we're going to put them through the potato ricer. So just stir that butter in so it's melted.
Yeah. That looks amazing already, just for potato.
We just have a look at the fish in there now. You see the prawns starting to go pink?
I was going to say to you when they were on here, how come they're not pink?
No,
and I didn't.
Pink when they're cooked.
See, I didn't know that either.
That's it. So it's an indication of already that fish is cooking. Yeah?
Right.
The liquid's not come up to the boil yet. But by the time it does come up to the boil, all that fish in there will be cooked. Or as cooked as we need it.
Yeah.
Just cooked, just cooked.
Because I'm actually scared of fish, and I don't mean like when they're alive and swimming around. I mean actually cooking it.
Right.
I daren't do it because you hear so many things about fish and meats and things, and I've never dared. And I think a lot of people are actually like that.
I think the thing with fish is, you know, you can so easily overcook it because there's no fat in it. Unless you've got like a fatty fish, which is mackerel, salmon, stuff like that. Yeah. You've got no fat. That's just come up to the boil now, right? So I'm now going to take that off the heat, right? Leave it to the side, and then the residual heat in there, we'll carry on cooking that for a minute or two, okay?
Excellent.
And then what I'm going to do, I'll pass you over to Chris just to finish off the potatoes.
Passing these through potato ricer, which is...
Why do you need to do that? Why can't you? Because again,
you could use
I've always just...
Yeah, you could use a masher, but you can get these potato rices from anywhere now. So
it looks so much easier, I might do that.
And it's perfect every time, you've got no lumps.
Yeah.
So that's
a finer finish, you know?
That's brilliant. I might have to treat myself to one of them.
Yeah, well, use mashed potatoes.
Rather than using all my energy up and sweating away over my potatoes.
Yeah.
Have you put the milk? You haven't put the milk in yet?
No, I'll put that in.
No, so that's just the butter you do that, right?
Yeah.
And why can't you do that with the milk in it?
Needed the butter to melt, so it melted when it was hot.
Right.
It's starting to cool down now, so the butter's melted through the potato now.
I get you.
As the milk will just stir through. And get a nice...
Yeah. You see the fish in there?
Yeah, it's all pink off. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it's cooked. That's just,
and that's cooked,
that's
so you could
just
actually eat that as it is now if you wanted to.
You could eat that now, yeah, quite happily. But it's not overcooked.
Yeah.
We carried on kind of boiling that. It'd overcook, all the juices would come out of it, it'd be very, very, very dry, okay?
So do you always cook it in milk? Or is that just for this dish?
It's just for this dish. The reason I'm cooking it in the milk is that I've got the flavour in the milk to make the sauce.
Ah, so it's the other way around, right.
So you're keeping all the flavours together, yeah?
Excellent.
Yeah, so we've got the fish flavoured sauce with the fish. So
you're not actually doing it for the fish, you're doing it for the sauce?
Yeah, basically, which is going to go into the pie. Which is the whole complete dish.
It all gets together, I get it, yeah.
What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take some butter. I'm going to make a roux, what we call a roux, which is basically butter, melted butter. We need to melt that in the pan. I'm then going to add some plain flour, okay, and make what we call a roux, right? Which will thicken the sauce, okay? Have you ever made a roux at home now?
I've got it out of a packet of corn flour.
Corn flour is another way of thickening sauces. Right. But most professional chefs will use a roux.
Which I will start doing after this programme.
Yeah. And you can take roux to 3 stages. We're just going to use what you call a white roux. Okay. If you wanted the roux a little bit darker, if you were making like a chicken velouté or whatever, you take it to a blonde roux. And then if you wanted your sauce darker still, you take it to a brown roux. If you were making a brown sauce, you'd make a brown roux. And that's just to, to what degree we take the roux, how far we cook it, okay? We've melted the butter in the pan. Before you add your flour, always take it off the heat. Always take it off the heat, okay? Before you add your flour.
Do you have to sieve the flour, or is that...
No,
you just get it out as it is?
No, and it's plain flour.
Oh, wicked.
I've added the flour. I'm going to incorporate the flour into the butter before I put it back on the heat. If I didn't do that, if I kept it on the heat, adding my flour, it would cook too quickly and you'd have lumps in the flour, which will give you a lumpy sauce. But now I've incorporated the flour, I put it back on the heat and I just cook that roux out about 30 seconds, that's all. About 30 seconds, no more than 30 seconds. And this is what I mean. If I'll I'll start making this sauce when it's a white roux. If I carried on cooking for another 3 or 4 minutes, it would become the blonde roux. If I carried on cooking another 2 or 3 minutes, it would become the brown.
So it's actually steps. It's not, you don't add anything to it to make it the different ones.
Steps of cooking,
Just cook it more and it'll start to brown.
Darken.
So that's cooked off.
I call that burning.
Roux cooked
Is that
off.
not the same thing?
No.
When things go brown when you cook it too long.
That's why we're stirring all the time.
Yeah.
If we didn't stir all the time, it would burn. That would quite easily burn. Okay. At this stage, I'm going to take some of this liquor. I'm going to add it a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. Back on the heat.
You know your pans?
Yeah.
This is a random question.
Yeah.
What do you think to the non-stick pans, or do you prefer working with these stainless steel ones?
Yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of whether it's stainless steel or it's non-stick. I mean, you know, the cheaper it is, normally.
The cheaper it actually is.
Yeah. It's like, you know, cars. If you buy a Rolls Royce, and you're going to spend £100,000 on a Rolls Royce or a Mini, you know, it's the same with pans. But I mean,
because non-stick was all the craze, wasn't it? At one point when they first came out.
Yeah, but if you get a cheap non-stick, and the coating's not going to last very long.
Yeah, I've noticed with ones I've had before.
You know, if you're a keen cook and get a middle of the road kind of quality equipment, the same applies to your knives or whatever equipment you use, really.
Because I do enjoy cooking. I'm just, like I say, things scare me, you know, and I just do what I can.
Keep the roux nice and smooth. Yeah,
oh,
that's why we keep stirring. Back on the heat, a little bit of liquid at a time. Yeah. A little bit of not too much liquid at once. If we put too much liquid in at once, again, there'd be a good possibility of the sauce being lumpy. So a little bit of liquid, stir it into the roux until that's incorporated, and then we add a little bit more liquid. Yeah? Beginning to look like a sauce now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It smells amazing as well.
Back on the heat. So you're not only learning how to make a fish pie, you're learning how to make a sauce.
A sauce, a roux, not a sauce.
Making a roux
to make a sauce.
Yeah. It's the same principle. I mean, you could be using chicken stock here to make a chicken sauce. You know, same principle.
Yeah, because I suppose the flour and that was
whatever. Not far off now. Not far off. Just a little bit more liquid to go in.
Yeah. Which has pretty much used it all up.
Yeah. Incorporate that. Now that sauce has got no real flavour in it apart from the fish flavour of that milk. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add some more flavour to that sauce.
Yep.
See how nice and smooth it is?
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah. And it's not too thin. We want a fairly thick sauce so that all the fish and the sauce bind together. Yeah. So into that, so I'm going to take some Dijon mustard, a good teaspoonful of Dijon mustard. Mix that in.
And what's the difference with the Dijon mustard to all the other mustards that you can get? Why?
Well, I quite like the flavour of Dijon. I mean, you could put English mustard in, which is quite a bit stronger. You could put grain mustard in, which would give you that other kind of bit of texture. But I do like Dijon. It's kind of nice background flavour of mustard.
Right. So it's not too
not too in your face. Into that, I'm going to put some cheese. And this is strong cheddar cheese.
Yeah. And can you use red Leicester or whatever?
You could use, you could pretty much use whatever cheese you like. Really.
I like a bit of red Leicester, I do.
Yeah. You know, if you put...
I suppose that would change the colour then, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, at this stage, if we wanted to put in, for instance, if we want to put in some chopped chives, we could put in, would you go very well with it? Or maybe some dill, some fresh dill chopped in there at this stage. Now, I haven't put any other seasoning in there as yet.
Right.
Okay, so I must taste that
That's a shame.
at this stage to see. I know it's going to need seasoning, but I just want to get a... Taste the mustard, lovely. Taste the background cheese, but a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay.
And when we season food, we use seasoning really to bring out the flavours
Right.
of whatever it is we're cooking.
Not take over the flavours.
No.
So it should enhance the...
Yeah, it should enhance the
rather
flavour.
than-
Salt is a flavour enhancer. So if you can actually taste salt in there, we put too much in. So I'm just going to give that another little taste. And white pepper, use white pepper simply because I don't want dark flecks in there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using. Yeah. Very happy with that. So that's the sauce done. Yep, turn that off. Now, in the meantime, fish is cooled down a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to break this fish up into that sauce.
Right.
All right. I'm just going to take it out.
Just literally break it with your fingers.
Just break it up. I want fairly big, and you see, just cooked. Yeah. Nice big chunks of the fish.
I love salmon. Absolutely love it.
Okay. The prawns are just going to go in whole. There's my natural smoked haddock, and it's just falling apart. Look. I don't want to mush it up too much. Yeah. I want some nice chunks of fish in there. There you go.
Now, I know you like to use local produce. Where's the fish from? Where have you had that from?
Well, unfortunately, we're about 70 miles away from the sea.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
But I mean, you can still. The suppliers we use, kind of the fish comes in overnight, fresh from the coast. So we get our fish from Cornwall, from from the East Coast.
Right. You don't want to risk the rivers around here.
It's all fresh. Okay, so that's going to just be mixed in. Okay.
Oh, I'll eat that as it is.
A little bit of extra milk in there now. And that is your basic fish pie filling, yeah? Incorporate that little bit of milk. Okay.
Excellent.
At this stage, I'm going to put some leek, some finely chopped leek, and finely chopped mange too. It's straight into the mixture, really quite finely chopped.
So how long have you been chefing?
Me? I'm in my 46th year.
You don't look old enough to be
well,
cooking for 46 years. I didn't realise I did that in preschool.
No, I started my apprenticeship when I was 15, and I'm now 61, so...
You're not?
I am, yeah. Would I lie about something like that?
No, that's true, you would, yeah. That's amazing.
So, I've been at it a few years.
Good grief.
So that's my mange too, in, my leek, in. Some frozen peas, straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still frozen, literally
still frozen.
Peas. Yeah.
Well, they're partly frosted, it doesn't matter, because they're going to go in the oven. Combine these. I've not cooked the peas or the mange too, or the leek, because by the time this has been through the oven for about 20 minutes, those are going to cook in the sauce as we're heating it up, as we're doing the crust. But they won't overcook. You'll still have a little bit of crunch and a bit of flavour in them, and a little bit of texture as well. Okay, so that's why I've not pre-cooked the peas or the mange too.
You don't want them soggy, do you?
No, Okay, so that's that. Now I've got enough mixture here for about 4.
Okay.
4 small.
Yep.
Well, they won't be small by the time I've filled them, but individual fish pie,
so you don't
if you
have
like.
to start.
Or one larger fish pie. Okay.
Excellent.
How's the mash going? Chris, the mash is all hanky-dory?
Is that all ready?
Yeah, we'll be shortly, just add a little bit of milk.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is just divide this mixture up.
Making sure you get bits of fish in
a bit of kind of everything.
Yeah.
And that's quite thick, but that's the way we want it, because when that goes in the oven, it's going to thin out again.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was too thin, we'd have a really sloppy kind of pie. We don't want that.
It does look really thick and tasty.
So we try and get a little bit of everything in there.
Oh, look at that. I like the colours of it as well. It looks tempting. It isn't just a...
Well, there again, you know, the veg is going to keep green because we've not pre-cooked it. The veg is going to keep really, really nice and green.
Yeah. And then you've got your pinky fish.
It's basically a fish and pea pie, isn't it, really? Flavoured with mustard and cheese. I think it's a brilliant recipe. It's kind of...
and it does look so easy
But you can adapt it. That's the key, you know, you can adapt it. If you want to put different kind of fish in, you can adapt it. Different kind of cheese, different kind of cheese in.
It's worked with cod, wouldn't it?
It'd work with cod, yeah, it'd work with any kind of fish, really.
See, prawns is another one I've never really dared to cook other than in a cocktail.
Yeah.
I've never really...
Do you cook prawns in a cocktail?
In a... Well, you know what I mean. I'm putting that's the extent of my cooking. A bit of ketchup and a bit of...
So just defrost them, you mean? Just defrost them, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You caught me out there.
I mean, you and again, we've used quite big prawns, but you could use the smaller North Atlantic prawns, which you just defrost and throw in. Yeah. So what we need to do here now, before we finish the pies off, we just need to let those cool down for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll go to the next stage.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay then, Chris, it's the topping of the potatoes.
Yeah, we've got our perfect mash here, gone through the ricer. So just add our butter in there, so we're just going to adjust it with a little bit of
milk. Does any milk work? Can you
use milk or cream.
And can you use semi or full fat?
Yeah, can use semi, skimmed, whatever. But
obviously the creamier the better.
Yeah, creamier is the more flavour. So
looks nice and smooth, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it does.
That's the potato ricer. So we just adjusted it with milk so it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
So just pop that in there.
So what are you doing there?
We're just going to pop it into a piping bag.
Right.
And we're going to pipe it because you can put it on with a fork.
But you're a professional, so you're going to make it look all...
We're going to show you, well, it doesn't move the fish pie mixture around when you pipe it, so...
Yeah, because I found that when I'm doing my shepherd's pie or whatever, I'm switching off the...
Around,
half the innards end up on the outside.
Another reason why you need a fairly thick filling. Because if it was too thin, the potato would just drop straight through.
Yeah. So we're just going to pipe our potato onto there.
Wow. Can I have a go?
Yeah.
Yeah, by all means.
Hey, this is going to be fun.
Give it a go.
I've never done this in my life. Apart from when I was a kid with Play-Doh.
Are you right-handed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
So
teach me. Go for it.
Your left hand you just use to kind of direct.
To guide it, yeah.
This hand, you need to squeeze in with that hand.
Okay.
And direct in with that hand.
Righto. Okay. I've never, ever, ever done this before. Not even in a rehearsal for this. Right.
So you've got to squeeze from the top. Really get your hand around it.
This really is difficult. Right, are we ready?
Squeeze from the top, press down and up. Down and up. Down and up. That's it. Bit more relaxed about it. That's it. That's it, you got it. That's fine, you're getting there.
Look at me.
It's just about controlling the flow of potato coming out.
They've got better, haven't they?
They have got better. Yeah.
I've even got the right measurements there, look. And then what do I do?
Just fill the middle in there.
Keep going towards the centre.
I can't hold it, that's it. And it's taking up half the show, just me doing this lot.
There you go, it's a good first effort.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah? You want Chris to do it?
Hey, I think so, yeah, because I was going to be... They're not like little shells, I'm quite proud of that.
They do. Not bad at all.
And when they come out, you're not going to know which one mine is. Because it's so good. It's speechless.
No, fair play to you. No, it's good. It's a bit of practice, isn't it? A bit of practice and you get them absolutely.
Yeah, because I've got too much of a bit of a dip, haven't I?
But that's okay. We're going to have breadcrumbs and cheese on top of that, so, you know, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. You're putting breadcrumbs on, did you say? What? Did you make your own breadcrumbs?
Yeah, just fresh breadcrumbs.
And how do you do that?
Through the food presser. Through a food processor. Yeah, just blitz them up. Yeah.
They're literally, it's just dry bread. Just.
Yeah, well, you can use fresh bread or you can use dry bread.
So you don't have to.
This is fresh bread.
Oh wow. Because again, I've used too much for you, haven't I?
That'll be alright, we'll get there.
Oh no!
Pause control.
What I'll do, we'll start to finish them off, yeah? With a few breadcrumbs, and this will give it a bit of a crunchy topping, yeah?
Yep.
When that bakes in the oven, give it a bit of a crunchy topping. You got enough potato? Yeah, you got enough potato there, Chef, haven't you?
That'd have been a disaster. All due to me having a go.
That's all right. Right. It's all about having a go. It's all about,
yeah, because you make it look easy. That's why I wanted to have a go.
It's like anything else. The more you do something, the more proficient you'll become on it. That's
perfect.
fine.
Look at that. Perfect amount.
And you see, we've got four good individual portions, which would make a really nice kind of one large one as well. So we've not skimped on the ingredients. You know, it's going to be really full of fish. Yeah. Really, which is what we want. Finish that one off. And then once we've done this, I'm going to take these to the oven in oven about 175 degrees. Right. Gas mark 4 for about 20 minutes.
Excellent.
Until the top becomes nice and crispy. Chris, if you bring those to the oven for me, I'll take the one out of the oven that's already done. Fantastic. Brilliant.
In true TV style.
Look, shall I get this one out first? That's the one we've got ready prepared. If I let you go in there with that one. There you go. All right, nice golden colour. In with yours, Chris? Yeah, okay, super.
Yeah. Is that the top of the shelf or?
Yeah, and when you put them in the oven, just space them out so the hot air can get round them. They're not brown even.
Oh right, okay.
All right, lovely. As I say, it's about 175, gas mark 4, about 20 minutes. Okay.
Brilliant.
So, would you like to taste the finished product?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Go on then.
There you go. Have a dig in.
Is this going to burn my mouth?
Just dig in.
I'm going to go straight for this bit down here.
Straight in there. Let's see what we've got. Look at that.
It's going to burn my mouth, isn't it? Oh, I didn't get a bit of fish. Oh my life. Not even moving.
I love the fish. Yeah. Topping nice and crunchy. It's hot, isn't it?
I want a bit of fish.
It's not
A bit of fish, because I didn't get fish the first time.
Try and get a prawn.
I know, I want to get one. Oh, there's a beauty.
Got a prawn.
Come on, you little beauty, out you come. Oh, I'm not going to be able to speak when about this. Where can we get the recipe from?
The recipe from?
Yeah.
newfarmcookeryschool.com. Telephone number 01283 820 334.
I can't speak for it. That is brilliant, and that brings us to the end of this programme. And we will see you next time. I want some more. I'm going to go